Good evening, brothers and sisters. Right. I just want to say, and I want to get off my chest, why I haven't read from the Bible for a number of days, going on 5-6 days, I think. But I wanted to share it at the fellowship first, because I feel I owe so much to the fellowship. And I wanted to share it there first before I put it on YouTube. Difficult to say YouTube in normally now. I just like to say YouTube in that way because I think it's funny. But yeah, the reason I haven't read from the Bible. First of all, you know, people can take what they want from this, but when I was first spoken to and I had this amazing awakening and God contacted me, or you know, God came into my life, God of my understanding, He spoke to me. And that doesn't mean, you know, he spoke to me, it was spoken to non-verbally. I was assured non-verbally that I was protected and that everything was going to be all right. And, you know, and it made me aware that, he made me aware that I'd been protected my entire life. And I say he, because I build a better relationship with a person than I do a power. Then I continued to pray and it felt good. What do you do when something feels good? You always go back. And I was given a blessing from Paul, Geordie lad who lives in America. The blessing was, you know, please, Lord Jesus, bless this man abundantly. You know, take him out with the light, Lord, and put him in, take him out of the darkness, sorry, and put him into the light. And I feel like that happened. And he said, go and read the Bible. You know, I went and picked a Bible up, the Bible that I took from my granddad's house. I always opened this Bible, but I only opened the first page where it said, awarded to Cecil Byers at his first Holy Communion, 1941. It was in pristine condition, this Bible. He said, open it. Paul said, open it. So I opened it, flopped open where the bookmark was. Never opened it before. Between Genesis 30 and 31. First line I read at random said, you have been blessed with a son named Dan. Now, I felt my granddad in the room that time when I opened the Bible that day, and I was under no illusion that I was always meant to open that Bible that day on that page and read that line. It wasn't a coincidence. It happened. Now, I continued reading the Bible because I was getting a lot from it. And I have got a lot from reading the Bible, as in moral teachings, you know, learning a lot about a lot from the Bible. Now, you know, even the things that were confusing, you know, once I'd interpreted them in different ways and once I'd exhausted different avenues of thought, even the confusing things eventually clicked. The penny eventually dropped with the things that I found confusing from the Bible. Until 5-6 days ago, I read Genesis 1. And, you know, Genesis 1, it's about, you know, the creativity, and it's about creationism, and it's about, you know, on day 1, invented the earth, day 2, the sky, the animals, and then it got to day 6. God invented man in one day in his own image, day 6. Day 7 was, you know, the holy day, day of rest. But I struggled with that one. I struggled with it so much to the point where I couldn't quite believe. You know, and I read the Bible with an open mind. You know, and I've taken everything, I've taken so much from it. Taken so much from reading the Bible, but that particular one, God created man on the 6th day. I just, it was like it knocked the wind out of us. You know, it was like sometimes when you get that punch on your chin that nearly finishes you off, and you wish it had finished you off because the state of you on your feet, you know, is not nice. You know, you don't want to be there. You'd rather the lights were shut out and you were knocked out. That's what it felt like. It knocked the wind out of us. It made us very uneasy, and it gave us, you know, an unsettledness. With that, you know, God created us in one day. Struggled with that one so much, and that's the reason I haven't picked the Bible up since. But I wear the cross. I carry a cross in my pocket that was given so nicely to me, and I put the cross on my channel because I believe Jesus died for us. Don't doubt that. I don't think anyone is under any illusion. I think it's, you know, clearly stated that Jesus Christ existed, you know, and he died for us. And all the stuff that I couldn't understand or interpret, or that I was confused by, you know, over time, over the coming days, as I kept reading, the penny dropped, you know. But Genesis 1, God created us on day 6, created man in his own image. That one, you know, really struggled with that one, to the point where I couldn't believe it. I can't fake this stuff. I have to tell you, it's what I've shared in the meeting tonight. You know, couldn't believe it. I really struggled with it so much, to the point of disbelief. Now, this could well be part of the process, you know. And while we're on that, and I personally, God came first. God of my understanding came first, and God of my understanding is at the forefront of my path. It's at the forefront of my recovery. But I never linked God and Jesus. I started reading the Bible because it felt good the first time I read it. What do you do when something feels good? You always go back. So that's what I've done. I always went back. Until I read Genesis 1, you know, I was reading it for over 6 weeks or so now, thereabouts. And it's always felt good. I've always drew something from it until I read that. Now, this could well be part of the process, you know, but it's time for a break. It's time for a little break from the Bible. Now, I don't want to give up on my faith, which is God of my understanding. That's my faith. But I was drawn to the Bible for the reasons that I've just stated. And this could well be part of the process. I'm not giving up on it. I'm not taking the cross out of my pocket. I'm not taking the cross off my channel. No way. But, you know, in time, it could be part of the process. And I hope it is. You know, I want it interpreted properly by someone who knows a lot more about Christianity than me. Now, I'm not a Christian. I was just really open to it, and was, like I say, was drawn a lot from the Bible. You know, and I don't want to be negative about the Bible at all. You know, I'm not saying that, but I just had a negative feeling about what I could believe about that Genesis 1. But it is time for a little break. You know, I'm not dismissing what I've learned. I'm not dismissing what I've read. But I'm just being honest about my struggle with that one. You know, I was kind of waiting for Jesus to reveal himself as God did. And that, you know, I've still got faith that could well be, you know, could well happen. But as it stands, I'm going to concentrate on God of my understanding. You know, the Bible is going nowhere. It's my granddad's Bible. It's not going anywhere. You know, and I'll pick it back up in time. I hope I'll pick it back up in time. And I hope the answers that I'm looking for and the things that I've struggled with, you know, will reveal themselves, you know, to something I can believe and understand. I hope that. But as it stands, I'm going to have a little break from reading the Bible. Yeah, that's where I am. But as I was told today, you know, it's like almost like luxury problems. If that's all I've got to worry about at the moment, and that's, you know, my main concern at the moment, it was on my mind, it's been on my mind for days. You know, if that's my main concern at the moment, I'm doing all right, Anna. I must be doing all right. I must be doing something right. I must be in a better place than I ever was if that is my biggest concern at the moment. I'm going to leave it there. I just needed to get that off my chest. Obviously, I needed to share it in the meeting first, but I just needed to get that off my chest before I got in the shower and went to bed. Night-night, people. Bye-bye for now.